your story. Tell us your story. Who you are, where you're from, where were you born, where were you raised?
So I was born and raised in Los Angeles, California, but definitely I have a really big extended Indian family that was all very close by pretty much. So it's definitely raised within the culture very heavily. But as a kid, I was just very shy, very quiet, complete bookworm. I never played any type of sports or anything like that. And then I stayed local when I went to college. I went to UCLA, and I actually also went there for grad school as well. And I studied to become a civil engineer.
So tell us about your experience with BBR, and then what you love about it the most, and maybe something that you used to battle with, struggle with before BBR, and now you see the fruits of your work and habits and behaviors that you're working on, and you maybe don't battle with those things anymore.
Yeah, so I would say it's definitely two main things. One is more physical and one is more emotional and mental. I'll start with the physical. So I always had really severe migraines for most of my life. And
Wow.
so that was one thing that made me a little hesitant when I started the program, because I wasn't
Okay.
sure if, you know, my health would allow me to keep up with all of the changes I was making in my lifestyle. But Ankita is great. She never made me feel bad or that there was something wrong with me if I would get a migraine and I couldn't do something. She just kept encouraging me to keep going and keep trying my best. And it really showed me that as I kept investing in my health, it was ultimately going to benefit me. And last month, actually, for the first time, I didn't have any migraines. And I used to be the type of person where I would get like 10 or 15 migraines a month. So it was a really big deal for me.
Were you seeing a doctor for those migraines? Like, was there any feedback maybe from your medical professional or not?
So a lot of doctors told me a couple of things, which was one, that maybe I needed to reduce my stress, and two, that I needed to eat more. And I think those are definitely things that are true, but I didn't really understand how to incorporate that into my life in a healthy way. And then when I started the program, I was like, oh, working out, that's a great way to reduce stress. Like, I can eat more, but I can eat things that are healthy and that are going to fuel me, instead of just eating more and seeing if that'll work. Emotional part that I think anyone could relate to, no matter what their goals are, whether it's to lose weight, whether it's to gain weight and build muscle, whether it was like me where I was having migraines, was that I think as South Asian women, we're kind of trained from the time we're born to put everyone first besides ourselves, our parents, our siblings, our husband, children, random aunties that we've never met. And so being part of this program and putting my health first, I felt was a powerful lesson for me to take time and energy and resources out of my day to do something that's only gonna benefit me and no one else. Was amazing, because it showed me that the more I invest in myself and put myself and my health first, the more I can show up at work, show up for my friends, show up for my family. And I think that's something that any South Asian woman could benefit from.
Do you feel like sometimes you maybe spiral back down into like the old habits or the old mindset? Talk to me about that.
You know, I think it can be challenging, because
Yeah.
this is something that's so ingrained in us. But I feel like as I've gone through the program and with encouragement from Ankita, I've learned how to make putting myself first and investing in myself a non-negotiable. So it's not something I'm going to compromise on anymore.